Hi, and welcome to Designing with Casual Elegance. I am your host and designer, Susan Sage. Today, we're going to talk about walls, window treatments, and do a little fall decorating. So this is walls, windows, and pumpkins. I'm going to start out talking about the walls. Going into a new season, we're going into fall, I thought it would be time for a new set. So I wanted to incorporate some wallpaper as my inspiration. So I went down to our sponsor, Avenue Design in downtown Rogers. I knew that they had peel and stick wallpaper. I didn't want anything permanent because this set changes a lot. We're in a TV studio, so different than being in a home where you could actually put up wallpaper, but you could also do peel and stick. So found this wonderful wallpaper, nice soft colors like the stripe, and wanted to show wainscoting. Now we haven't talked a whole lot about architectural trims, but I thought it would be fun to show it in the set for fall. So this peel and stick wallpaper I absolutely love working with. I have used peel and stick from Walmart. I have used it from Lowe's. And the funny thing is, this paper is actually a little bit heavier. The backing comes off very easy. And if it sticks to itself, it can actually come apart. Many of the peel and sticks out there, if you've got a big piece cut, it gets stuck to itself. Well, you need to let it go because you'll never get it undone and re-roll it. So I decided that I knew I wouldn't have enough wallpaper to do all 4 panels. So I was going to do just these 3. And when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Well, what I found is, we started putting up the paper, got it all measured and cut. We do have a few little wrinkles, but these panels are not drywall. They are actual insulation panels. So not completely smooth, a little more challenging to work with. But the wallpaper stuck, and I was very happy about that because when I got over to our panel, the paper did not stick. The 2 outer panels are actually canvas that are stretched over frames. And there was no way that this was going to stick to it, even being painted. So I thought, well, I had to do something different over here, so I created an accent wall. And I thought, well, I'll just show another way and another height of wainscoting. So I opened up the dark paint, painted it, and thought, you know what, I better check and see if the chair rail will stick. Now it's a polystyrene, and I'll talk about that in a bit. Used liquid nails to put it on the 2 center panels, which worked beautifully. Well, it didn't stick to the canvas. So we're like, okay, we do have some support boards on the back of this. So I found a support board, lined the chair rail up with that, and so it's about a 30-inch chair rail. And instead of using liquid nails, from the back, we screwed it in place. So very common if you're doing wainscoting to use 2 different colors of paint. And the one thing I'll say, if you're going to do that, you need to go down at least 2 paint colors. If you take 2 colors that are right next to each other on the paint card, they're not going to look very different. And believe me, if somebody has had good luck doing that, I'd like to know what paint it was because I have tried it, in 25 years doing accent walls. You do quite a few, whether or not they're in style. Sometimes it's just a great design detail. So we have our 30-inch high chair rail here, and I think most people know that chair rails first came about to protect your wall from chairs bumping into them. So it is functional as well as a beautiful design element. Here we've got a 2-foot, and there again it goes to the fact that I knew I wasn't going to have enough paper to do everything, and they only had one roll of paper. So anyway, the chair rail itself is a polystyrene. You know, it has this molded plastic, but inside it's filled with foam, like a foam core board. So it's very easy to work with, it's very lightweight, and it's affordable. You can find baseboards, you can find furring strips, you can find all types of little trims in the polystyrene. So, you know, it was, like I said, fun and easy to work with. We weren't sure how it was going to work out. And to be honest, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this off with the liquid nails. We may have to cut around it when we want to change a set if we continue working with these panels. So anyway, that is what happened with our walls, but now we have a new set, have a beautiful accent wall, and like I said, that's 2 colors down from our beautiful, I believe this is called April Thicket, and it is a Valspar paint. The next thing I'm going to talk about is our window treatment. And I have done a show in the past on window treatments. I love blinds. This is a 2-inch faux wood blind. And what I like is you can tilt them up to reflect sun and heat back outside, or tilt them down to let sun in and heat perhaps during the winter months. The other thing I love about this, the cloth tapes. And each company that makes blinds has a variety of different colors or patterns. This is a wonderful little pattern. These are actually from my home office. And what I like about faux wood blinds, you know, there are many people who sell blinds or designers who will tell you, if you're going to do faux woods, do it throughout the house. If you're going to do wood, do it throughout the house. Well, I'm not going to do wood in my bathroom. I'm not going to do it in my laundry room, and perhaps not in guest bedrooms. So I have no problem mixing faux wood blinds with wood blinds. And I'm okay with mixing colors. All of my faux woods and my white woods are all the same color, and a lot of the companies will have colors that coordinate from their wood to their faux. The other thing about faux wood blinds, they're very heavy. They are not meant to be raised up and down every day unless it's a fairly small blind. If you were to hold both of them, you would find that the faux wood blind is very heavy. The wood blind is very lightweight. So anyway, like I said, I have no problem mixing them and combining them with other window treatments. The shears are just a nice, ready-made, actually, that I picked up at Lowe's. And I think it's just a nice, soft touch. And whenever you have fabrics in a room, they're going to help absorb sound. So not only is it jewelry for your home, it's also great for sound. If you're going to do a drapery, you might want to use a blackout or a thermal lining if your windows are older and maybe aren't very well insulated. So that is our background set and how it all came about. It was quite interesting and lots of fun. You never stop learning. I don't care what business you're in. I thought I knew it all, but lo and behold, nope, not so much. So now that we've gotten our background set, I'm going to move on to the decorating part of the show. So we're going to start with our little demi-lune table. I have this wonderful vase, just a great neutral. And depending on how long your stems are, what you're working with, I just stuff plastic and then just start filling it up. I've got some beautiful fall foliage. I love the colors in these leaves. You've got a little bit of gold, a hint of an orange, and an olive green. I'm probably going to be hidden behind this as I do this. And of course, this time of year, you've got to have sunflowers. These sunflowers I absolutely love. I did get them in Kansas City, where at this design firm that I used to work. And the one thing I will share with you, this is not Hobby Lobby, this is not Michael's, this is not JoAnnes fall decorating. These are things that you're going to find more from a little bit higher end type store that does seasonal decorations. I'm just going to keep filling up with the foliage. A little tangled here. I like the difference in the texture that's within the foliage, but it does get tangled unless you can keep each one individually spread out. And a little bit different texture, a little bit different color. Just have a couple of those sprays. We'll tuck those down in there. Okay. We are going to go ahead and set our vase. And I like that instead of having a piece of artwork, and then you could do artwork, a smaller scale, floral or books or whatever you like, but I really wanted a statement piece with the floral. So to give it another little fall touch, if you watched last year, my fall show, I introduced Esmeralda. She has been waiting all year to come back. So we're just going to set her down, and of course she still has her wine. She keeps saying she needs it to focus, but she doesn't drink it. Got a couple books. And I love this. This is actually very old. It's vintage for sure. I think it's from the 1966-67. Wonderful book, The Encyclopedia of Home Designs. And it is in original condition. It's got your floor plans, and the funny thing is, it shows a ranch house. You still see colonials and Cape Cods, you name it. And I think it's interesting that ranch houses originally were designed and built, they were meant to add on to. So this is just something that I like to go back through every once in a while and remind myself that why I'm in design, perhaps. So we're going to set that down below. Okay, I have a little side table. And you can't have a reading chair without a lamp. And then, of course, we can add a kind of traditional looking pumpkin. We'll talk about her later. And now we are going to take a little break. When we come back, we will finish decorating, and do a tablescape for fall. Welcome back. Well, we are going to finish decorating our little vignette. We did make a couple set changes while we were on break, and I'm going to start with the chair. Now, of course, going into fall, you're going to have cooler evenings and early mornings. So we have this beautiful throw. And what I like about this, it is all the new fall colors that we're seeing this year. The burgundies, the pumpkin, the green, and just kind of a creamy background. And this is our other inspiration, which still does go with our walls and our wallpaper. Gotta have a pillow, of course. The one thing I'm going to say, if you're going to do solid color pillows, it looks a little bit more upscale if you use a texture. This is a velvet pillow, and they're actually on sale at Avenue Design, just the pillowcase itself, for $14.99. I could not believe it when I was in there. It was just, oh my gosh, perfect color, will look so good on the set. And I love that it has self-welt. Even though it's solid, if you have a solid color pillow and you have just a knife edge, they're just not that upscale or custom looking. Now, I don't mind it on this one because there is decoration, but all I did was take the pillow form out of this pillow and put it into the velvet. Here's another example of a textured solid, probably hard to see. And if you wanted to go really fall, we can always do pumpkins. Oh, the other change we made, we did decorate our shelf. And on the shelf, I have Esmeralda's buddy, Fanny Farmer, and put up our velvet pumpkins. The velvet pumpkins are by Hot Squash. They've been around for a while now, and they are filled with crushed hazelnut. These pumpkins have to be stored in airtight containers and kept away from critters. But they last a long time. I've had these a while. I have more at home. Just a really nice selection. But again, it's a different look. It's not, I went into a craft store and I bought a bunch of stuff. So, and both witches are actually by Karen Didion. On the wall, here again, not wanting mirrors and artwork everywhere, we have these architectural tins. Now, we found those ceiling tiles at West End Salvage in Des Moines. If you've never been there, it's this big 4-story building that is full of architectural remnants, signs, letters, tiles, ceiling tiles, trim, doors, you name it. A lot of fun. You walk in and they have a great coffee shop. Get your cup of coffee, take your time, and peruse the store. But I like to use architectural pieces instead of artwork all the time, just to mix it up. I think a lot of times people do not know what to do on their walls, so they put a mirror. Mixing it up with shelves, architectural pieces, having a big floral are all really good options for doing different wall treatments. So we're now finally getting around to our table. And again, staying with our color scheme, we have got the olive, a little bit of burgundy, there's a little bit of yellow in here, and this kind of a light salmon-y color. This is just a table square. It is by April Cornell, another company that's been around for a while. So for our centerpiece, we have this beautiful ceramic pumpkin. Now this pumpkin is actually, I would call it a chili terrine because it's so big, but you could use it for soup. You could use it for punch, but what I mainly use it for is chips. If we're having a party, you can put enough chips in here that you will not have to refill for the entire evening. So just a lovely piece. It is Vietri, they're made in Italy, and I love their stuff. And along with that, we're going to do a couple of copper pumpkins. Again, keeping it very simple. If you wanted to, you could tuck more foliage in around these pumpkins, which would be a lot of fun and be a little bit more of a fall element that you're incorporating. And of course, we have table settings. Again, I'm keeping things very simple. So, starting with a galvanized charger. These are great. I have had them for a long time. And then I'm going to put a plain white dinner plate on top. And then, of course, to bring in the fall, the pumpkin plate. So, again, just another fall touch, and same colors repeated. And I've had these for a long time, so that's totally by accident. But look at how wonderful that all looks together. So we've got copper and we've got silver here now. And I'm just going to set these around. And our mugs are plain white. I do have two that say sage on them. I just think they're a lot of fun. It is in gray, so it does coordinate, but the fact it's my last name, I just have to use the sage cups. But I've paired them with plain white. And then, of course, you could add your water goblets. You could do bread plates or, all of the other soup bowls and dress it up. Like I said, I'm keeping things pretty simple for this table. Oh, we got one more here. And then we do have napkins. So I have a couple different napkin rings. I'm not going to use the little pumpkins, but I wanted to show these. If I put them on the orange napkin, they kind of disappear. But they are a different texture, so certainly it could work. And I do love the deeper, kind of burnt orange color against the lighter salmon. It's a nice contrast. So I think I will use a couple pumpkins. I always got to twist these around, so I should just cut the tags off the napkins. I don't know why I don't. It's kind of like scarves. Whenever you wear a scarf, you've got a tag that always starts to hang out somewhere. And then we could do just a little folding. I'm going to make a triangle. I'm going to take the triangle down, fold it a few times, and hopefully this fabric isn't too stiff for what I'm going to do. I have another napkin ring that, again, is metal. Let's see if I can get this ring in, get this napkin through this ring. Normally I do this with a lighter weight napkin, but basically what you're doing is creating a bow if you can get your napkin ring to the middle. So I guess we won't do that. But another one, again, triangle. And bring one side in, bring your other side over, and it is a little bit of an asymmetrical look, but then what you could do is put your silverware inside and tie it with a piece of raffia or a beautiful fall colored ribbon. So I think that's a lot of fun. You know, we did do many different napkin foldings in a previous show. I'm always on the lookout. The other thing you could do with this, again, it's that triangle, create an asymmetrical look, and then you can still get it through your napkin ring. If we can get it to cooperate. And the funny thing is, you'll find napkins in all different weights as you go shopping for tabletop items. Get it through the, I'm not giving up on this one. Okay, so again, just another fun idea for putting your napkins out. And there you have it. You know, decorating for fall, I think so many people just love fall and can't wait to get their fall things out. We hate to see summer go. It's so nice, and it's still really nice out. The pool in our neighborhood doesn't close until Sunday. So we're still enjoying summer, but definitely looking forward to fall. And all of the different craft fairs, the Christmas fairs. And I just want to say that we're about out of time. So we're going to hope that you enjoyed this and learned something new. I was glad to share my experience with you. And we will be back next month with, another lesson on design. But I will be here next week with Entertaining with Food and Spirit, and we're going to talk about canning. In closing, Bella Vista Community TV is a nonprofit organization. We are 100% volunteer, and we depend on you for support. So please subscribe, help us expand our programming, and just become a little bit bigger voice in Bella Vista, and actually, you can watch us anywhere. We have Roku and we are on YouTube, which you can watch anytime. So thank you for watching. Bye.